EMP Horseleg RE. NSHoSeo Tassadar just won the last 2 games straight for his team. He's the red Protoss over here on the top right spawn of Antigua Shipyard. And down in the bottom left spawn, we have Empire.VINES, the yellow Protoss, and our first game without a Terran player.
If there is such thing as a macro PvP map, this and Ohana are the 2 macro PvP maps, because not only is there pretty easy to hold ramp from your main into your natural, there's a pretty easy to hold ramp from your natural over to your third. So this is relatively safe for both players, because you can usually get up to 2 base without too much of an issue.
That's true. And I mean, both players could actually just go for very quick nexuses and still have a lot of breathing room.
Yep.
We've seen some cool PvP games here recently on just throughout basically all the tournaments. A couple of good games with Hero, I remember. I'm not sure who his opponents were, but I know that PvP can be very exciting on this one. Usually Blink has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
You sometimes see like those War of the Worlds Colossus battles and stuff like that, but usually I think Blink and sometimes even some Air Phoenix play happens on.
Yeah, Blink and Phoenix are very common. There's Blink for obvious reason. There's so much space to blink into the map, but yeah. Phoenix is obviously, they have a lot of room to maneuver as well, around the back, around the side of both bases, no matter which position you're in.
Yep, so both players just mirroring their builds as we'd expect to see. This is kind of, you know, expected out of both sides. There are only a handful of PvP builds. They don't really differ very much in the early game anyways, but we do have Tassadar actually a little bit ahead on the gas income there, so we'll see if he puts that to use. Cybernetics Core and Cybernetics Core.
Yeah,
so
the biggest indication of build in PvP is obviously the assimilator count, but also the amount of chrono boost on the Nexus. And both players have used up quite a bit of it, so I would not expect any oh wow, maybe. Tassadar has a little bit more than Vines does, so okay, and he's going double gas.
Yeah, so he's saving up that chrono boost, adding on 2 gas, slightly before Vines. But what does that mean exactly? Was he just gonna?
He could go into like Phoenix, but this is obviously going to be a little bit more tech heavy. He did go faster second gas, and he's saving a lot of chrono boost. I don't think it's for a 4-gate, but it could be.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, I've heard Axlav giving lessons in the living room. Frank and I actually both live in the same house with Axlav at the moment. And he actually, I listen into his lessons every now and then. He talks about how to manage your chrono boost and stuff like that. He's like, you know, telling his students when to get +1 armor, when to get +1 weapons, when to get, you know, when to dump all your chrono boosts into warp gates, stuff like that. So in this situation, he would be fine with that. He says to save chrono boost for upgrades for sure.
So 3 on chrono already. He is going for Robo, and he put it in a pretty odd spot. I guess he wanted to not be scouted by the probe, which he succeeded in. Look at oh wow, Vines. That makes me think Dark Templar, but
really?
Maybe Blink.
Yeah.
But 1 gateway. You usually want more if you're going some kind of a Blink build. He still hasn't built. Okay, here we go.
I was gonna say he's got some time. Obviously, he's got to wait for the Twilight Council to finish and for Blink to actually fully research. So he could actually add on, yeah, 2nd and 3rd, decent enough time.
Tassadar, however, is all-inning.
Is he?
It's a 4-gate Robo.
Oh, it is 4 gates. Wow, I only saw these 3 here and didn't see this one.
Yeah,
up there
so
yet. Okay.
This is a Warp Prism all-in from Tassadar, and Vines is going for 3-gate Blink, which is a safer build. And 3-gate Blink does pretty well against 4-gate Robo all-in, because force fields don't do that much to your Stalkers. You can pick off the Warp Prism with Blink Stalkers. And with Blink Micro, you can pretty much trade evenly gateway on gateway units, and he's getting a Robo to get Immortals.
Yep.
So build order-wise, Vines is in pretty good shape. It's going to come down to execution, because he saw 4 units with that probe. He has to know aggression is coming, and he's going to be preparing for it.
Yep, and there is actually a pylon already started on the low ground, and he will be able to warp in here, not only with the Warp Prism, but with this low ground pylon as well. So
and
he could actually...
He might go directly in right now.
He could just split up, actually. So use the Warp Prism, obviously, to lift and just drop here, something like that, and start warping in somewhere around this area.
And he is
still have this available.
7, 8 units already into Vines' base. And Vines
way down here.
Way down, and just, oh wow, Blink not done yet.
All right, so all these Zealots running forward, not actually hitting anything yet, but they are buffering damage a little bit. The Warp Prism could probably just flip over at this point and start doing some additional
great
warp
force
damage.
fields there. That trapped the Zealots in. He lost the sentry in the process.
Sentry, though, yeah. They trapped him
so
with
here
the
comes
sentry.
the Warp Prism. A few more Stalkers going to warp. Oh, no, he's warping in Zealots.
That's all he can afford.
It's all he can get. But now the blink is done. I think that Vines might actually be able to hold this off. He's microing his Stalkers relatively well, but the Zealots are buffering a lot of damage. But it looks like Tassadar is running out of units, and he's got to go home. Great blink onto the Stalkers, and that is all for that all-in.
That all-in, yeah, that got squashed. I mean, he's still got 6 Stalkers standing and a 7th warping in there. If he probably wants to take out this pylon if he can find it, but that basically just got totally crushed. The Zealots were totally ineffectual. We have this Immortal coming up now for Tassadar. Obviously, that's a good choice when Blink Stalkers are roaming around, but man, he's got 1 sentry back at home. That's it.
Also looks like he's about, he just dropped his Nexus in great shape. He actually has a larger army, and his economy will get going. He'll have a better economy in a second. That did not work out very well for Tassadar, and he's going to find himself streets behind in a little bit.
What is streets ahead? If you have to ask, your streets behind.
Yeah.
But we have this Immortal already here for Tassadar, trying to get a second one out now. I don't even know if that's going to be prepared by the time this mini Stalker shows up. 9 Stalkers here. Forward pylon obviously going to help out as well. Vines does have the detector now, getting vision on this robotics facility, so he knows where the units are exactly.
Actually just going to go kill this, and there is literally nothing Tassadar can do about it.
Wow, that's a good point. He actually can shoot down a little bit, but the Robo facility can actually die before the second Immortal comes out. Will he actually get it before it comes out? Yes, he will.
And he might blink up.
Yeah, he could very easily just blink up, take out.
I'm actually surprised he didn't. He could have just jumped up and killed that Immortal, and that actually probably would have been curtains.
Well, he knows he's slightly ahead. That Immortal's not going anywhere. He's got the same amount of warp potential there, and he's not. He doesn't have to blink up. That's he could actually.
Oh wow, the Observer got taken out though.
That's true. So that's going to eliminate his high ground opportunity. If he had blinked in and not gotten the Immortal, though, he would have been.
Yeah, he would have lost a lot. So yeah, it's probably safer knowing that he's so far ahead with the Nexus, just to be safe. However, Tassadar also getting Twilight Council.
Yep, gotta keep up on tech.
Yeah.
So
oh wow, there's what's it? There's something in Vine's base, red.
Oh, in Vine's base. Oh, the Warp Prism came back. Oh man. So a couple of Zealots, it looks like. Let's do workers lost.
Oh, he only had 1. Yeah. So.
No big deal there. I think that was actually a scouting probe death from earlier, so I don't even know if he got anything. The Warp Prism not being too effective there for Tassadar. Actually, that pylon got killed off somewhere as well along the way.
And that actually will supply block Tassadar for the moment.
Yep. He's struggling, man. He had a not great drop. Lost his robo facility right before an Immortal was about to pop up.
That is the worst part of it.
Lost 2 pylons now.
He can't build observers anymore, so he just has the 1 observer, and he's committed to all-inning now, because now he's going for blink with 1 Immortal against someone who already has blink and more Stalkers
and Immortals,
and now building Immortals.
Yeah. He's already got a couple.
He does have the Warp Prism still, which might help a little bit, but I really don't know. He's 20 supply behind already, and is only going to get more behind.
The Warp Prism actually can't go either direction. He's pinned by these 2 Stalkers. That's pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, Vines knows that he's got this extra base on him. His income is just way, way, way stronger. He's got 7 more Harvesters, and here he comes. He's actually got this vision, so he knows this is coming. I'm surprised he actually just sat there for a little while instead of just backing off. But his let's look at actual unit count. 12 Stalkers to 17 now.
And 2 Immortals.
Yeah, and 2 Immortals against 1. So just outclassed, outnumbered.
As long as he is wary of where the Warp Prism is, he'll be fine.
Yep, and he's, like you said, he had it pinned. I think he killed it. There's no way it got out.
Oh, wait, there it is.
Oh.
He did manage it.
How did it get out? It didn't even get hit. A sneaky Warp Prism.
Yeah. So this is going to be pretty, well, it might be close with Blink Micro. It's going to depend on the Micro, though.
All right, well, I'm going to put Tassadar's units in focus here because he's got less. And I feel like Vines is actually probably going to kill all of this, no problem. As you can see, the Immortal is just shooting away at these Stalkers, blasting it down as fast as he can. Yeah, so
GG. Tassadar goes down, and Vines tries to bring this match back a little bit. It is now 3-2 in favor of NSHoSeo.
Yeah, good.